Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Solve Problems. So in this point, we're going to go on solving problems related to real numbers. Now in this presentation or video, this is the process on how to solve problems. So we do the steps, understand the problem, write the equation, solve and check. Let's have problem 1. Suppose the trip from Pasay City to Baguio City takes about 6.5 hours. If Ramon has been traveling for 2 3/4 hours from Manila, about how much more time will it take to reach Baguio City? Okay, let's solve. So, we need to understand the problem. So, here's a line with 2 points. So, that's the distance from Pasay City and Baguio City. So, this is the time frame from Pasay City to Baguio City. That's 6.5 hours. So, that's what we understand from the problem. Another thing that we understand in the problem is that Ramon is traveling time as of the moment is 3 3/4 hours. Now, the question is how much more time to reach Baguio? We represent that as N. Okay, because we want to know that time. So let's write now the equation. The equation that we want to have is that N is equal to total time minus Ramon's time. So the operation that we're working is subtraction. So in substituting, so we have now N is equal to 6.5 minus 2 3/4. So let's solve. Now, in solving this one, we need to make it as an improper fraction. So 6.1/2, that is 13/2. 2 3/4 is 11/4. So I have here I will present to you two solutions. So the first solution is using LCD. So solution 1, you have now 13/2 minus 11/4. So their LCD is 4. So 4 divided by 2, that is 2 times 13. We're able to see 2 times 13 there. Okay. Now next is that you have now 4 divided by 4, that's 1 time. So that's there's 1 times 11. So multiplying 2 and 13, that's 26. 1 and 11. So 26 minus 11, that is 4. That is 15 rather, over 4. Or 3 3/4 when you convert that into mixed fraction. So another solution is using the butterfly method. So you have now 13/2 minus 11/4. So multiplying the denominators, 2 times 4. Multiplying the first numerator to the second denominator, so that's 13 times 4. 2 times 11, which means multiplying the first denominator to the second numerator. So you have now 53 minus 22 all over 8. 53 minus 22, you have now 30 over 8. Simplifying that, it will be 15 over 4. So therefore, the answer is 3 3/4 as well. Hours. So we need to write now our answer. But before that, we need to work out our checking. So when you check, you add 2 3/4 plus 3 3/4. So that's how we get in the similar fraction to check it. That's one of the strategies. So the answer is 6.1/2. So the answer is that the time to reach Baguio City is 3 3/4 hours. Let's have another problem. Suppose a liter of gas costs 53 and 75 pesos. How much will 17 liters of gas cost? Let's solve. So, what we understand from the problem are the following. So, 53.75 or pesos per liter of gas. You have 17 liters. So therefore, the question is how much is 17 liters of gas? So the easiest way to work on that is multiplication. However, there are other processes you can do addition, right? So let's write now the equation using the multiplication. So total cost is equal to 53.75 times 17. Now solving that, you can use solving using the vertical way. So 53.75 times 17 is equal to, so 7 times 5, 7 times 53.75, the answer is 37625. And then 1 times 53.75, adding that up, the answer would be 913.75. However, when you write it right now, total cost is equal to 53.75 times 17. So the answer would be 913.75. The vertical solution is just on your scratch. However, when you write that, it will be like the total cost is equal to 913.75. Now, let's check. Checking on this one, we need to get on like an easier way, like this one. 17 is equal to 10 plus 7, right? So therefore, total cost is 53.75 times 17. We can use that, 53.75 times 10 plus 7. So distributing that, so 53.75 times 10 plus 53.75 times 7. Therefore, you have now 537.50 plus 376.25. Therefore, the answer is still the same, 913.75. So we need to write our answer. To answer the question, how much is 17 liter of gas? So therefore, the 17 liter gas costs 913.75 pesos. Let's have now problem 3. Kate sat for a test consisting of 20 questions. Each correct and wrong answer were awarded 5 and -1 marks respectively. And each question left unanswered was not awarded any marks. Kate answered 10 questions correctly, 6 questions wrongly, and left the rest unanswered. Find the total marks she got. Okay, let's solve this problem. So, in understanding the problem, you can use a tool, which is a table. So, I have here a table. So, a table of where there is the answer, such as correct, wrong, and unanswered. Value, which is the value of the marks, which is 5, -1, and 0 respectively. Number of questions that Kate answered would be 10, 6, and 4. So, that would be a total of 20. So, write the equation. So, I have here some formulation or conjecture. So, TM or total marks. So, you have now total marks equal to the value of the correct times the number of questions answered plus the value of wrong times the number of questions, and then the value of unanswered times the number of questions. Now, let's solve. Using that, we have there, once again, the conjecture. And then you have now 5 times 10 plus -1 times 6 plus 0 times 4. So getting now the products, you have now 50 plus -6 plus 0. Then simplifying that, you have now 50 minus 6, and then the answer is 44. Now, another way to check that is use the table. So it's much clearer to see if you're using table. I just add one column. So you have now the column for marks. So you have 50, -6, and 0. And then you're adding that up, that will be 44. So the answer to the problem is that the total marks of Kate is 44. I hope you learned something. Let's solve problems again. Thank you.